allowing yourself to settle into your seat and to lean back metaphorically into a place of availability to what is always and already unfolding in this moment. Moving from a place of being the controller to a place of simply perceiving. So something is watching the unfolding, the moment to moment unfolding. And we get to see and experience how much is happening through us and for us without any effort whatsoever on our part. And the more we can soften back to a place of presence, the more the natural intelligence of our being can unfold to make its way over and over again to balance in the context of this moment. On the most subtle levels, there are 7 energy centers that are the workhorses of our being, that are constantly integrating and digesting in order to clear the path for physical vitality, emotional fluidity, mental clarity, and soul connection. So today we'll be visiting these energy centers, or chakras as they're called in the yoga system, one at a time, and practicing simply bringing an innocent awareness to them, shining the light of our awareness on them, giving them the light of our presence. And in such a way dissolving any unconscious resistance we might have to the work that they're doing to digest primarily energetic and emotional material. I'm going to take us through the 7 chakras in an intuitive way. I'll simply connect to my being, which is connected to your being, and let myself be led to each center one at a time and take you with me. I'm feeling drawn to the tailbone, which is where the root chakra is. And so let's collectively bring our attention there to the lower spine and to that extension that may even be touching your chair. And we're just going to let our awareness drop into that place in habit. So we're not thinking about the tailbone or the root chakra from up here. We're letting our awareness drop down and take up residence in the area of the tailbone or the root chakra. And if we know about energy centers, we are going to let go of everything we think we know, and we're going to enter into the space with a beginner's mind. So when we enter into the space of any of the energy centers, for one thing, some of us may not feel much at all, which is fine. It's just as valid as feeling a lot. To just honor the experience that you're having, whether that's lots of sensation or numbness, and also know that you might also have images cross through your mind or colors, for some, even sounds, memories, feelings might be evoked. So, any number of um, hmm, a number of types of feedback might be offered up to us through our awareness. Each energy center is a source of intelligence and information. The most important thing is to just stay open to what arises without over analyzing, or perhaps without analyzing at all. So here we are in the root chakra, and we're noticing perhaps warmth. Maybe we're noticing a sense of looseness and relaxation, like the tailbone is elongating into the earth, or it could also feel like it's contracting on itself. Sensation can extend into the floor of the pelvis, where it might feel contracted or relaxed, held or open. And as always, there is no right or wrong. It's just what we're noticing. And as we remain here, we may notice some changes beginning to happen, so that we get to experience for ourselves the effect of the light of our awareness on energy. You could say that it is the most powerful solvent of stagnant and congested energy. And so things may feel like they're moving and changing and shifting. We're not trying to fix anything. We're not trying to change anything. This is a simple exercise in intimacy and getting to know these territories of our being in order to create an alliance, a stronger alliance with them, and also to listen for any information that might come through, any guidance, any insights. Let's slide our awareness up one chakra level to the sacral. So the sacral chakra is in the middle of the pelvis, between the pubic bone and the navel. It may feel like a fairly small and concentrated area right in the middle, or it may encompass the whole width of the pelvis. It may have a certain feeling of stuckness, or it could also feel like there's some movement, some flow. It could feel full, it could feel numb. It could feel lopsided to the right or the left. It could extend right into the sacrum, the lower part of the spine. So noticing, opening, and allowing. Coming back when distractions pull us away. It's sort of like a sit spot in the forest. Have you ever gone for a walk and felt drawn to sit on a log for a while and just be there, just open to what the forest offers? It's the same thing here. We are coming into this wild territory of the sacral chakra, and we are sitting on a log and simply opening to what arises. And of course, we will, the longer we stay, the more that we will be able to perceive things that weren't otherwise available to us. And also, the forest tends to reveal more and more as we stay, as we let go of imposing our ideas. And it's the same thing with the territory of our chakras. Have you noticed any changes in this area since we first brought our awareness to it a few minutes ago? Is there warmth coming in? Is there a sense of flow? A sense of perhaps greater aliveness? And now sliding your awareness up to the solar plexus. This is the next chakra up. And it is located between the navel and the low ribs. So often it's that place where we often feel butterflies in our tummy. So allowing yourself to settle here for a bit. Just committing to staying for a while, listening, becoming a simple observer, a receiver, letting this center speak to you through sensation, through image, through feelings, through perhaps certain qualities that feel more available to you here. And we're moving up to the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is, of course, located in the throat. You may be drawn to the middle of the throat, the bottom, or the top. Again, it will be sensation that will draw or magnetize the awareness. It may be right in the center, it may be to the right or left. It could feel like a ball, big or small ball. It could also feel like a cylinder of tension or density. Could be pushing up or pushing down. So we start with that. Could be radiating into the jaw or into the collarbones. And whatever you're noticing, be a spectator. Allow it to be exactly as it is. Let go of any resistance that you might encounter, any efforts at changing it. And when we collectively bring our attention to an energy center, it potentiates the capacity for flow in that area. So you may notice some shifts or changes that begin to happen, perhaps some softening, a feeling of perhaps a little more space, or things just kind of moving around, moving from right to left, moving from bottom to top. Getting smaller, getting bigger, and letting go of figuring any of it out. The way the chakras move and work is very much part of the mystery. And because they're connected to the whole, to all of life, there's so much more going on than we can see. They're connected to the ages, to the past and to the future. And so there's no way that we could ever understand this. In fact, it would be overwhelming to get that kind of information. So to just lean back and to practice trusting them to find their way. And experiencing that they do, in fact, find their way in very little time when we completely let go of control. Good. And now sliding awareness up to the brow chakra. So right in the center of the forehead. May be very subtle as you move towards the upper end of the chakra line. But it could be a slight sense of pressure or tingling on the forehead, or a little bit of density in the temples or in the back of the head. Usually, once you land your awareness, sensations become available to you. And again, if they don't, that's okay. Sometimes it just takes several practices for sensation to come online, for enough of the mind to get out of the way to begin to perceive the sensory communication that comes from the energy centers. And as you stay with the brow chakra, you may notice sort of in the background that other parts of the body are shifting because it's all connected. When energy flow increases in one place in the body, it will also increase and shift things in other places in the body. So you may notice that you begin to feel, even though you're up here in the top part of the body, the lower part of the body may be feeling more grounded, more rooted. So it's like you're clearing traffic jams um, in the energy passageways, and the whole being benefits from this. And it's not really you clearing the energy, it's the energy centers that are being allowed to do what they do, and they do want to clear energy. That's what they're here for. And that's their function. Bringing presence to them in this way allows us to get out of the way. Good. And now we're going to slide our awareness up to the very top of the head, to what is called the crown chakra. And this can be very subtle as well, but there could be an overall sense of spaciousness, almost like the top of the head there's no skull there. But there could also be a sense of pressure, and even sometimes a subtle tingling or warmth. Sense of a direct line to the etheric realms, like a receiving of light from above. Trust your own experience. And now we're going to slide our awareness into the area of the heart chakra, which is right in the middle of the chakra line. There are 3 above it and 3 below it. And it's one that we're probably very familiar with. It's one that perhaps we sense the most easily. We've all felt our heart fly open. We've all felt our heart slam shut. We've all felt our heart break. We felt the heaviness of sadness and grief, squeezing of worry and anxiety, the heat of anger. So all of these sensations, which we give labels to, are in fact the heart chakra processing, digesting, and integrating energy. And so in this moment, what are you noticing in the area of the heart? Oftentimes we may notice that it feels simultaneously expanding and contracting. Like there's an opening, but there's also an edge. To allowing yourself, if you're experiencing that, to hold these seeming opposite states, allowing it to be exactly as it is. It makes sense, of course, when something is opening, it's got to be opening against an edge. Right. And now bringing awareness to the tailbone, as though you had nostrils in your tailbone. You're going to draw that breath in through the tailbone, and it's going to travel up the center line of the body to all of the centers that we've just visited. And as you exhale, it's going to leave the crown of the head. It's going to rise up, and then it's going to cascade down like a fountain and fall down to the earth. And then the breath is going to be gathered up once again through the tailbone, passing through all of these sacred centers, picking up any energies that have been loosened up as a result of our practice today, lifting them up towards the heavens and letting them be blessed as they fall back down towards the earth, which absorbs them and transmutes them. And then we start with a fresh breath once again, up through the center line, out through the top of the head, and back down towards the ground. So continuing this circular fountain breath a few more times on your own. And then letting all of that go and resting as you are.